I think some of the questions I think of when I start supervising beginning supervisees, they have a tendency to look up at the supervisor as the one who knows the answers. And I think that I ask myself, do the supervisees avoid bringing their problems so that they only tell you what they think is going well, and so they don't talk about anything that might be problematic? Or do supervisees only bring their problems and say, well, look, I'm really not good at this, and look, these mistakes I've made. And so there's something about, in that learning environment, encouraging people to bring what they feel they've done well, to be able to talk about the effectiveness of what they're doing, looking at the relationship between them and the client, reflecting on that, and enabling them to realize when they are actually reaching the client. But at the same time, it's important for them to be able to bring what they're struggling with. And I know for myself, I feel as though I've really created an effective learning environment when a supervisee can come along and say, oh, Maria, I just got so stuck with this client. I really don't know what to do. Do you think we could just play this recording and we can listen to where I felt stuck, and perhaps we can reflect on that together? And then I think, okay, the person feels safe enough to bring not only what they feel they do well, but also to bring what they're struggling with. So I think that that's important for me. But I think the biggest challenge in relational supervision is, for me, I call it stimulating curiosity, enabling the supervisee, and with my collaboration, to be curious about what's happening in the relational process, so that we move away from a right-wrong dynamic. When they say, oh, I don't think I did the right thing, I think I did the wrong thing, I'll say, well, do you think we could just be curious about what happened? Let's listen to this co-created process. Let's be curious about what was happening for you, what you imagine may have been happening for the client, and in that way begin to stimulate curiosity rather than judgment. And I think that, for me, is at the heart of what I think of as relational supervision, that we can become curious about the co-created process between the supervisee and the client, and also between myself and the supervisee.